Remember when we said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us, just us. Said we wouldn't be like all the others, fight and hurt each other.
Even know, buddy. I just love you. And just, I think what's even more special as I'm sitting here watching each of you guys share is I saw these moments. Like I saw these aha moments that you're having on an outward perspective, and it's even more special. So I love that so much. Okay. How's your finger, girl? She lost her fingernail over this retreat. Okay, y'all.
Oh, goodness. So it hurts, but we're doing. So my biggest takeaway was something personal. So going to the retreat, I really wasn't sure like what I wanted to get out of it. And I honestly had my guard up because I was going into a room with a bunch of females, and like I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to be mean? Like, oh, what's going to happen? Because like growing up, I never fit in anywhere I went. And I always felt like something was wrong with me. But going, see, I'm going to get emotional. I'm such a crybaby. I cried so hard at the retreat. But anyway, they were so welcoming, and like what was it? The reverse gossip. Like whenever you hear people say stuff about you that how you don't view yourself, it just changes and it hits you so differently. I get so emotional. But anyway, so that's kind of what stood out to me the most, was they were so welcoming. And like I was sitting on the couch with her, and I was just like sharing my story, and she had no judgment whatsoever on her face, and it was really good. So I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna start crying. But it was just like, no matter how much money you make, if you don't have the community, it's nothing. So that's all.
We would really appreciate it if you kept talking, though, because we all just want to hear your accent. So that would be good. Every time you spoke, you're like, keep going, keep going. But I just love that. And I love, too, that we watched you come in almost like you had your head in your turtle shell and you were so afraid to speak and so afraid to take pictures. And I was like, okay, put those shoulders up tall, smile big. And it was like she blossomed into this totally different person by the end of the weekend because she just felt so confident, and it was so special. And she jumped off the deck and lost her fingernail, okay? And didn't even skip a beat. She slid down the slide, came up out of the water, gleaming, smiling so big, got up to the top, and about 10 minutes later, she said, I lost my whole nail. I was like, what? It's bleeding. She's a tough cookie and just so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Okay.
Hi, guys. So, I have no words. So ever since I went back to work yesterday, all my coworkers just noticed how happy and relaxed and glowing I was. And I'm not even done my first 90 days in this business, and I still ended up at retreat. I had every excuse to count myself out, and I almost did. I joined after she announced retreat. I joined June 9th, you guys, and I made it to retreat. And as the day I signed up and I saw that post for the first time, I'm like, I'm not going. These girls have been in for a couple of years or more. They are killing it. But I saw another post. She updated the leaderboard, and I saw my name on the leaderboard. And I was like, that's it. I'm freaking going, okay? And it was all to do with mindset. I was so close to counting myself out, but when you're having a bad day, you can't let that win in the end, because if you let that win every single time, then you're not going to get the success that you're looking for in this business. You're not going to be able to go to these events that literally change your life. Like, I'm shaking. I'm about to get emotional right now. And while we were messaging our girls to get on this team and everything, I was reminded of why I joined. I heard my sister and my dad screaming at each other upstairs. And you guys, when I said on the last night of retreat, we made a toast that I wanted my first apartment by the end of the year. Like, this is so big, you guys. And it was all because I was in the right mindset. And these girls are just so incredible. And if there's one thing that you can take away from what I'm sharing is, don't let the darkness win you over. We actually had a game, or not a game that we played, but like we did one of the nights, we wrote on our pieces of paper our fears and our doubts. And I wrote, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, I'm not going to be a good mom to my children in the future. Like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And so we wrote those down on a piece of paper. We went outside around the fire pit and we switched all of the papers and we read each other's fears out loud. And it literally broke my heart to think that these girls who have been in for even 8 years have the same fears that I do. And I haven't even been in 90 days.
This is what I mean by the like trauma bonding. They dig down to your deepest insecurities. We did the same thing at my retreat, except my leader got like I don't even know what it's called. It was like dissolving paper. You light it on fire and then it like dissolves. It like goes and it like burns up and dissolves in thin air. We wrote down our biggest fears or like our biggest insecurities and we passed them around so everybody could read them aloud. And it was a mix of like public humiliation. So we knew when people were reading ours, and it like broke people's heart to read our insecurities out loud. And so everybody was sobbing, and we knew when ours was read out loud, and nobody else knew whose it was, but it broke everyone's heart to read each other's out loud. And then we would set them on fire, and then we left those fears in the fire. Culty.
We took those fears and we threw them in the fire, and we left them there to burn, and we left them there to be in the ashes, because that's not doing us any good. What is that serving us? That is serving us absolutely nothing. And that is what is going to hold us back from what we want. That's going to hold us back from our why. That's going to hold us back from our goals. It's going to hold us back from everything that we've ever wanted for ourselves. And that right there was my aha moment, because I needed to let it go. And that's what I did. I let it go, and I got in the right mindset, and I ended up at retreat. And if I can do it, then anyone here on this Zoom can too.
I mean, I came to preach. That was all. You just said mic drop, and I cannot wait to see you move into your next apartment, because I'll be the first visitor. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Hi, friends. So, just like a lot of people were saying, like, I kind of went into retreat like, I don't know if I belong here. Like, I've been here for 2.5 years, and I just a one-hit wonder, like, what actually am I doing here? What am I, like, what's my Instagram looking to represent? Who am I? Like, I went in there so doubtful, so confused, so lost in my business. And I was almost kind of like, am I in the right place? If you want me to be honest with you. And I walked in and I was like, okay,
there's another one who, went into the retreat wondering if they were in the right place. Am I a one-hit wonder? Questioning themselves, questioning the business.
I don't know who I'm rooming with. And I was just so confused. And it was the first day there. Meredith came and she like sat and spoke with all of us. And just in a big group, we all talked about everything. It was right after our devotional with Nicole. So we were all kind of like teary-eyed and everything. And then Meredith sat down and got everybody else like all teary-eyed. Well, we went down and took a picture, and I was able to pull her to the side for a second. And first of all, like, little old me got to pull Meredith, which is put her title in here because I don't know it.
Chief Networking Officer.
Yeah. So little old me got to pull her to the side, and she sat down outside and talked to me, just one-on-one, me and her together for literally like 10 or 15 minutes. And we talked about my feelings, my everything, literally everything, my marriage, my motherhood, my team, my chart, my church. And she finally stopped me and was like, hey, can I pray with you? That right there was everything. I looked at her and I was like, what? She said, can I pray with you? I was like, yeah. And in that moment, I knew that I was in the right place. I know that no matter where I'm going in this business, no matter what I'm struggling with, we're in a very, very, very faithful company, y'all. And the fact that Meredith took time out of her day to, one, come to our retreat, two, to sit down and talk to just myself and asked to pray with me and said she would continue to pray with me. And whenever she walked out, I was getting stuff out of my car. And she said, hey, everything's going to be okay. and you're going to the next level. And I just kind of listened and I was like, wait, what?
They know what to say, you guys. Like, ugh. It's so frustrating. Like, they know to tug on your heartstrings. She said she was talking to her about her church, her marriage, you know, like, if somebody's talking to you about their church, you know that they're a faith-based person. So you know that asking to pray with them is going to tug on their heartstrings. Connect the dots there.
She said, yeah, it's all going to be okay. And that was my aha moment. Like, just because I feel like I was a one-hit wonder doesn't mean I am. And whenever we did like the reverse gossip, I've kind of been in a place where I'm like, no one even knows me anymore. I'm not doing what I should be doing. Y'all, everyone in the circle was like, you inspire us on a daily basis. You just have to get out of your own way. And it just makes me want to cry because I almost felt invisible. And it's the weirdest feeling. I don't know how to explain it. And I know that I'm not, but it was just so weird and so incredible. So my tip to y'all is stop trying to hold everything in. Stop trying to not bother people, because that's my biggest thing. I don't want to bother people. Everybody else has something bigger than helping me out. That's not true. Like, we're all on the same team for a reason, and reach out to people, find a friend, call them. And even before Zoom, 3 girls that I would have never talked to before retreat text me and was like, hey, I love you. I hope you're doing okay. Like, it's the friendships for me. It's the faith for me. And just keep going and always reach out. And then totally off topic here, but last year at retreat, we did pictures. And I was so crying and upset and frustrated because my hair was too messy. I didn't want to wear a graphic t-shirt because everybody else was dressing up. This year, I was like, listen, the only thing that I truly know about myself is messy hair is perfect hair to me. And if it's not bell bottoms and a graphic tee, I don't want nothing, but no part of it. So in every picture this year, I made a point to make sure my hair was extra messy and hairsprayed. And every picture I had on bell bottoms and a graphic tee, because that's the one thing that I know, like, I represent. So don't be afraid to be yourself. And if that means you have to hairspray your hair to make it messy, then just hairspray your hair.
I freaking love you so much. And I loved watching you walk out in your big old velvet flared bell bottoms with the big old hair. And you looked so happy. And it just made my heart smile because I was like, this is the I know. So I love it. I love it so much. Okay. She says, oh, she was me.
It's me. Hi, guys. I miss y'all. Okay, everyone's been making me cry over here. Honestly, yeah, I was definitely intimidated walking in for sure. And I live 15 minutes away from her, and I have never met her. I mean, sorry. But I think definitely what I gather from this is I've been going through, just like everybody else, some very dark days. And this came in my lap at the right time, guys. I am just so glad and so blessed that this happened. And I'd have to piggyback off of what you said when we were standing around that fire. I have never felt that before in my life, and just burning it and seeing it burn, just seeing those fears that I wrote down on that page and everybody else around me who were feeling that. I didn't feel worthy. I honestly felt less than worthy. And everybody, here we go. I love y'all. Like, y'all saved me from the dark. I really do love y'all. I'm just blessed to be here, and I haven't even hit my 90 days yet either, just like Michaela. How did I got here? I don't know how I got here. I'm just so blessed that I was able to be a part of this. It's just been the most amazing weekend. I definitely needed it.
Okay, so she started off by saying she's been in a really dark time and that she needed to be around these women. This entire Zoom, you guys, has just told me that, like, I don't even know if, like, an epidemic is a right word. It's probably not. But we have a problem with, like, mean people. Like, we need to do better with people in general. Like, why do we feel the need to just like tear people down nowadays? I feel like this Zoom in general has just opened my eyes to how much these people just need friends, and how much MLMs prey on people who are in vulnerable situations. The majority of the people who have spoken on these Zooms have said that they were in a dark spot. They were questioning themselves. They were questioning their spot in the business. They were questioning whether or not they could do this anymore. And that being around positive, kind people changed their life. Imagine if we could just be surrounded by positive, kind people on the daily. Imagine if people weren't just assholes for fun. Imagine a world where people just coexisted and got along for fun. Crazy thought. Honestly, you guys, I think this Zoom opened up my eyes to a much larger problem, and that problem being that what these women need more than anything, more than money, more than time freedom, more than financial freedom, more than weight loss, more than anything else that they're posting on social media about wanting and needing with this business, the thing that they need more than anything is a community of people to lift them up. That's what this Zoom told me. Because the only thing that is making them tear up on this Zoom is the fact that they had a community of women who lifted them up when they needed it the most. All of them talk about how they were in such a dark place, and this community of women made them feel good about themselves.
It was a wake-up call that I am worthy, and I can do it, and I will do it, and you're going to watch me do it. I'm doing it all the way. I'm doing it for me and for my babies. Because they mean the whole world
girl. We're so proud of you. And what I love is when she walked in, she was like, hi.
Of course, we know that this is all fake love. This is love bombing. If they were not in the business, it would all go away. But I'm just saying, that's what these people need. They need love. They need support. Like, the anti-MLM community, I feel like we don't provide that.
To everyone, like she had known everyone the whole entire time, forever. And when we were sitting on the couch doing our reverse gossip before everything was over, she looked at me and she was like, this is what this is like. She's like, I've never seen this in my entire life. And it reminded me that in every event, in any sport I was ever in, any club I was ever in, and every group of friends I've ever had, you don't get this.
Because those aren't cults, babe. There's the difference.
Kind of love anywhere else, where it is just everyone is forward focused, focus on growth, lifts everyone up wherever they are. You don't get that anywhere else. And we're happy to have you. Okay.
Hello. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't even know. I think I'm still just like, I just still can't even wrap my mind around everything this weekend. I'm not even an emotional person. And when you go to these, you just cry. You just cry the whole time. I feel like it just brings out all of the emotions. But I took so much away from this weekend, you guys. But one thing that I really took away was when Meredith said, darkness will tell you everything you aren't. And I don't know how many of you guys feel that. But when we were sitting around the fire, like I was saying, every single person, like we said, we were reading each other's fears, and I could relate with so many of them. And I don't know about any of you guys that were there, but there were so many of them, and I was like, wow, so many of us feel that same way. And so I know that so many of you guys on here feel that way too. And I just thought it was so special that we all feel these ways, but then all of these people are there together, and they earned it, and they deserve to be there. And it's just crazy that so many of us feel that way. But we, like I was saying, none of us feel that way about each other. And so that was something that was big to me too. But whenever she said, darkness will tell you everything you aren't, it's so true, you guys. And it's going to be something that we all have to continuously work through. And it's one of the hardest parts about this business is just keeping your mind in that right place. But I just want you guys to know that you are just being around these people and this team is something so special. I remember 2 nights before I left for retreat, I was telling my sister-in-law where we were going. I was like, yeah, like 25 girls are coming in. She was like, oh, that's not for me. And she said it just like that, because 25 girls. And I was like, no, this is different, actually. And you guys, it's something so special about getting with a group of girls. Like just saying too, and actually everyone just being uplifting and powerful and being able to actually be yourself. It is so different here, you guys, and I just want you to know how special that is, what we actually have our hands on with this team, and it truly is, and I just love you guys so much. And just being surrounded by you guys is something I will never ever take for granted. But yeah, best freaking weekend ever.
And got me a Gucci bag. I cannot. I wore it today, and I was like, stopping in front of every mirror. I was flying it around. I about died, y'all. You don't even know. It was too good. Thank you. Still thank you. I was going to text you today and show you a picture of it and be like, look, do you see it? It's pretty cute. Also, just came in here and said, I've noticed that nobody said their aha moment was the ride from the airport with me. I'll step up next year. But, okay. Girl, there's 3 of y'all, so you're next.
Okay. I'm not gonna cry. I didn't cry all weekend hardly, and then like I saw you guys and I was like, oh, okay. But I think my aha moment was definitely like when I first started this business. I like believed the business would work, but I didn't believe like I could make it work, if that makes sense. And then just like going and like meeting all of these women with like all these different stories and coming from all these different backgrounds, and like learning I really don't have any excuse myself. I can be like the queen of excuses, and kind of like realizing like I really don't have an excuse. Like I can make this work, and I just need to believe in like myself. I need to believe in who God has made me to be. He's obviously called me to this business for a reason. And so just getting called to a higher purpose, and just like when you shared with the reverse gossip, like how like she came back to the Lord, I was just like, that's why I want to do this. Like with these women and like changing lives, and like that's the bigger higher purpose of this business. Like it's just really, really cool. So yeah, they definitely helped me believe in who I was. And I talked to her for like, I don't know, 3 a.m, and like she went through all these things, and I was like, whoa, I'm missing so much structure that I didn't even know like I needed to like do. And then she just like sat down with me like 4 a.m. and was like, tell me your story. And I was like, okay, like, you know, just people investing in other people, and that's something that just doesn't happen. So anyways, I could go on and on, but I'm done.
Me or the last men standing, and we all picked a couch and said, all right, we got 30 minutes until our flight takes off. Close your eyes quick. And we all passed out in the living room. And that was a good little memory. Okay.
So emotional, guys. We had the best time this weekend, and I'm trying to make some things disappear off my phone because I want to show you guys my dream board is my screensaver. On here, I'm going to point out is mindset, leader retreat, being focused, and a better leader. And I knew when I joined this company coming up on 2 years that it was going to change my life. It was brought up to me. I said, I'm going to try it just to get out of credit card debt. And then I lost my job of 16 years, and I said, I'm going to go all in. And I was going to do whatever it took to make this work. And when I announced the leadership retreat, and I had already had it on my dream board, I said, this is it. We're going to go. And when she said, you're in, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, babe, I'm buying my plane ticket. We're going. It's happening to my husband. And I was like, gosh, there's going to be 25 girls there, all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different facts of life, from being mom to being single to being, divorced to having, being raised in all different retrospects of life. And it was amazing and empowering to just be around every single one of these girls. And the fact that we were all there together because of this business, because, gosh, I'm just like lost for words. It was just amazing. It was just inspiring, putting 25 girls together, not knowing each other's backgrounds and just getting to know one another. We definitely became the best of friends. And it's going to be a weekend that we'll never forget. This company has changed me so much more, especially this past weekend, than what I ever thought. It has definitely made me push harder to be better and to reach for the goals that my husband and I have been going for. And just being around like-minded women, it was just inspiring. And I just want to say thanks again, girls. I'm just like trying not to tear up seeing all of your faces, so I'm focusing on you right now. But oh my gosh, it was just one in a million. If you guys believe in the process, get yourself to a retreat, be around like-minded people, and your game is about to change. That's it.
Amen. Amen. Okay. Y'all.
Hi, my name's I'm currently in the McDonald's parking lot after I just got out of the ER, but it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, okay? But hi, my name's, if you don't know me, but I literally am obsessed with this business. This is exactly what I needed. It's been almost a year since I joined, and I think my biggest takeaway, I have a couple takeaways, but I'll start with one. Let me look at this quote real quick. Okay, the bigger the fight, the bigger the blessing. And I forget who spoke that. I think it was the
Nicole Craig.
Yes, she said that, and I was like, you know what? That is exactly right, because I've been dealing with some health issues the past few months, and it has been like one of the darkest places, not only for myself, but for my business.
Okay, so first of all, she's in the McDonald's parking lot because she just got out of the ER. Time freedom. Also, recurring theme in the darkest place, not only her health, but also her business.
I just have been through it, and it has just been a learning adjustment, and it was so true, because now this whole retreat has prepared me for the blessing that I'm about to receive. And another takeaway moment was my girl, we literally talked about just our past, and I think that was the biggest, because we went through the same thing, and literally every little detail was the exact same. And I think that just hit home, because for a long time I thought I was so alone in it, and I thought that I was the only girl in the world experiencing this, and not having the best parents, and just trying to figure out the world as a young 20-year-old, early 20s, just trying to figure out life. I'm working multiple jobs, and for a while I just wanted to give up, because I'm so tired. And looking at everything that she has accomplished, and just everything that she does, inspires me to be an ambassador one day and lead my own team, and know that I can inspire so many women who have been through what I've gone through. And I'm just ready to take on the blessings. I'm ready. I'm open for new experiences, and this is exactly what I needed to relight the fire under me. And I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that they've done, and to continue to do, because you inspire so many people on the other side. But if any of y'all know me, I'm main character energy only, and I cannot be an assistant for the rest of my life, if you know what I mean. So it's time to kick some booty, and I'm ready. So let me know who's coming with me.
Kept us laughing all weekend, and also brought her boombox, with a microphone, and serenaded us for hours with karaoke. And it was like karaoke, but only she sang. And it was very much so main character energy, and it was freaking hilarious. So everybody needs in their life. Okay, we're gonna run through the rest of these, because we still have quite a few people that are gonna speak. Okay, I know you're nervous to speak, but I also know that you're a very good speaker, so I'm excited to hear you share yours.
Who the heck said I was a good speaker?
I heard you speak this weekend, girl.
Oh my gosh, I'm just over here trying to wrangle the kiddo. Anyway, so hi. Very nervous. But basically, I was very nervous for this trip, very excited, very grateful, but I've only been in the business for about 6 months, and so I was a little bit guarded going in, thinking that, all the women there, they've been doing this for so long, and they were so more advanced, and they already had connections. And I can tell you, from the minute I stepped off that plane, 2 flights, full day traveling. I was just embraced like I had been in the business forever. And, these women, beyond amazing. It felt like I was finally at home. It was a place where, you know, they got me, they understood, I felt welcomed. I mean, every conversation we had, it felt so heartfelt. And I mean, you might not know this, but we had a great conversation one night, and I was going into details about my estranged siblings that I haven't talked to anybody about. And I would say my aha moment, the big time, was when we wrote our fears down and burned them. You know, not only because, you know, I was saying things like, you know, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not liked enough, I'm not worthy enough, you know, I can't do what these women are doing. And hearing it come from people who have been in the business so much longer than me, and hearing them say that about themselves was hard. And not only that, but, you know, the following morning I had a really, really eye-opening realization when I was doing my morning affirmations with my son. And I was like, if he heard me saying these things to myself while I'm sitting here telling him how great and how strong and amazing he is as he is tearing apart my office, you know, it was just a huge eye-opener. You know, we're so hard on ourselves. We need to speak so much better to ourselves, and this community is like nothing else. You can't explain it.
So incredible. That's such a good aha moment, because when we were doing our reverse gossip and everyone, you know, we're sharing all these things about all these people and we're like, you're so amazing. But when we started speaking about how good of a mom they were and how incredibly lucky their kids were to have them as a mom, every single one of them would ugly cry. And so I think,
yeah, no shit. Because you know how to tug on mom's heartstrings. That's what all MLMs do. They prey on mothers because it's easy to pull on mothers' heartstrings. The only reason they do those businesses is for their children, because they will legitimately do anything for their children.
I probably spoke to a lot of the moms on here. If you would never say those things to them, and you would never want your children to say the things that you say to yourself about themselves ever. So why would we say it to ourselves? So it's super powerful.
Someone in the comments literally just said, we would do anything for our babies.
Okay, go girl.
Okay. My biggest however y'all said that, was when we were toasting. Asked us one of the things that like we were looking forward to, and like something what our goal was, and everybody went around and I said confidence. So it was truly so amazing, like just being with everybody and just hearing everybody's stories. And this weekend definitely gave me the confidence I feel like I needed in my business with my own team, and it was truly holding me back. I joined a year ago this month actually, and I just started working my business about 3 to 4 months ago, and I just definitely feel like this weekend gave me the confidence to just really, really take my business off the ground and do everything that I want for my son. And a lot of y'all know my story and just everything that I want for my son, so I think this weekend was exactly what I needed.
I love it. And your cute little accent. Okay, are you home yet? Are you good?
I'm in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru right now, so but I can share real quick. If you want me to, or I feel like a lot of people have already shared kind of what I wanted to talk about. But so this was my 4th retreat, which is super crazy in itself. But I just wanted to say, like, I didn't count myself out for any retreat I've ever been on. I've worked just as hard. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mama needs her Chick-fil-A,
okay,
y'all.
Well, y'all, I just got out of dance and it's just hard. But I just never counted myself for anything. And I just want y'all to remember that with any bonus, with anything corporate announces, or anything like that, just never count yourself out, because I was less than a year in the business, even for my first retreat I ever attended. And if I would have counted myself out then, I feel like, honestly, because I went through kind of a hard time right after that retreat in my business, that I may have honestly not still been here if I didn't get those connections and stuff like that. Because honestly, a big thing with this business is connections with your leader. You have to be open about everything that's going on. You don't have to give all the details to them, but let them know like what's going on in your life and stuff, so that they can help you. And that's just a really, I guess, kind of one big thing to me is like, there's people that were there that have been in the business less than 90 days because they didn't count themselves out to go. But there were also there like that I've been here for a couple of years, or me that I've been here for 4 years now.
So I'd like to note that the one question that was answered in the chat was just answered. Someone from my group asked, can you write off retreat expenses on taxes? I'm talking to my spouse about going to the next one. I have to earn it. And the main girl said yes. That was the only question that was answered. Mind you, people from my group were asking questions this entire time. I haven't been paying attention to what they were asking because I was trying to do my makeup. Mind you, I would like to note that this is the only time I've ever done a get ready with me that I've actually gotten my makeup done before the video was over, so.
I think that's amazing. And then the second thing is, I know a couple people have already talked about this, but you do not have to be anyone special. Yes, we're all special in our own way, and that's amazing, but you don't have to be anyone special to earn these things either. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to have this like crazy personality or whatever it is, very outgoing personality, because honestly, I'm a super shy person. This business has really gotten me out of my comfort zone. I can attest to that because on my first Zoom, I was literally like red-faced. Like, I mean, I still get red-faced and nervous all the time, but like, you know what I mean? So everybody is completely different, and it blows my mind. This was my favorite retreat I've ever been on, and if I would have counted myself out from the get-go, I wouldn't have met all these amazing women that were there, impactful. Like, I feel like this was the most impactful like group of women that we've had, and it just blows my mind because everybody, like I said, is just so different. They come from different paths. Like, I didn't grow up in hard paths, but there were people there that did. I kind of talked about this on my story, and if you want to go watch that, I did a little highlight on my Instagram that I really kind of spoke more on that on my story. So, but that's it. That's all I kind of want to share.
Well, I think that's so powerful, especially to you guys, because I'm going to plug this in before we have a couple more people that are going to speak. But did you just spill your food? So if y'all haven't seen, Meredith and Doug also shared a lot of stuff with us that has not been announced to the whole company yet. So it pays to get to those events. Doug probably told us more than he was supposed to, but that's okay. Anyways, there are a lot of big things coming for our company on September 1st. So we will be doing a kickoff Zoom, going over everything, making sure that you're equipped, making sure you understand everything, because I know that this summer has been crazy. This has been the most incredible summer I think that I've ever had in my business in 6 years, other than maybe my first one when I was new and excited and on fire. I don't know. I haven't felt this in a long time. Seeing enrollments go up every single month in the summer is absolutely unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Okay. It doesn't happen, but we're about to launch new products. We're about to launch new bonuses. We're about to launch an entire new customer program. We're about to launch new things that are going to continue to evolve, and you need to be on board. So I need you guys to make sure you're on our kickoff Zoom and that you're the most plugged in you've ever been over this next week, because also conference tickets go on sale September 1st, and you must get your ticket, okay? Sell your kidneys. Make it happen, because
I didn't miss that. I'm trying to get the link for the kickoff Zoom because I want all that inside info. So I'm texting my people. But I didn't miss that. She said, sell your kidneys. And she was like joking, but like, that's how it was. It was like a joke, but like a joke. You know what I mean? She doesn't actually want you to sell your kidneys, but she wants you to like sell whatever you can to get there. If you know what I mean. Like, you guys know, we had people sleeping in bathtubs and stuff just to be there. Split a room with whoever you needed to just to be there.
You have no idea what this conference is going to do, because she told us some things that are going to be announced at conference, and you don't want to miss them, okay? So we'll have a whole Zoom about that as well. But, okay.
Oh, we didn't know I was talking. Oh, gosh. Okay. First, kind of what I said, I definitely, when I announced the retreat, I totally counted myself out. And then
Okay, hold on. I first want to point out somebody who's not from my group said, I remember when the owner, which I think he meant to say Power, he noted that later, but I remember when the Power and Skinny Hydrate was announced, everyone was talking about how many other new products were going to be released. What happened with that?
on the leaderboard. I was like, oh my gosh, well, I could do this. And I did. Second, my biggest thing was when we did the reverse gossip. I have so much self-doubt, and I just sat there the whole time waiting, really nervous, like, oh my gosh, nobody's going to have anything nice to say about me. Like,
you notice how all of their takeaways from this was just people saying nice things about them? Imagine living in a world where all it took for us to feel good about ourselves was hearing people say nice things about us. Imagine if all we needed to get people out of these MLMs was to tell them nice things about themselves. We could do that, guys. We could do that. We could create a space where they have a place to come where people tell them nice things about them. We could create a welcoming space where we welcome them with open arms. We could do that. We could do that. So here's what I was envisioning. And like I said, it was really hard for me to formulate my thoughts while I was making this video. But this is what I was envisioning. The anti-MLM community creating this space where people who are leaving MLMs could come to be welcomed with open arms. And that doesn't mean love bombing. Love bombing is when you are outwardly displaying affection and love in an attempt to manipulate someone to do something that you want them to do. We're not love bombing them. We're showing them genuine love and support because we genuinely care for these people and want to help them get out of a situation that is harming them. So in my mind, what I envisioned when making this video, and honestly, from the very beginning when I started making anti-MLM content, was creating a space where people leaving MLMs could come and feel like they fit in, feel like they could come and be welcomed with open arms. They could receive support. They could find resources to navigate life post MLM. Long term, I would like to find people who could help people who have left MLMs navigate finding jobs after MLMs, building their resume after an MLM, stuff like that would be long term what I would hope to do. Right now, here and now, I think it starts with creating a space where people can come and feel welcomed and supported and loved. They'll feel a part of the community. I don't know, without feeling like they don't belong. Clarify that when I say that I want to create a space where people feel loved and supported and like they fit in, I don't mean politically. I don't think that everyone needs to be on the same page politically. I don't think that everyone needs to agree on things politically. I don't think anyone needs to censor themselves politically. I don't think anyone needs to silence the issues at hand just to attract Huns or to, rescue Huns from MLMs, because when it comes down to it, human rights issues are far more important than rescuing Huns from MLMs. However, if you're saying things like conservatives deserve to die, or that an unvaxxed mother who passed away is an asshole because she was unvaxxed when you don't know her story, you're saying things like that, you are part of the problem, and it's counterproductive to the movement, in my opinion, of course. Anyways, back to the video.
What are they going to say about me? Oh God, I was so nervous. And then everybody had the most amazing things to say that just made me ugly cry. And it was just so amazing. It's the community. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think she cried more tears than all of us in one. If she had a bowl, she could have swam in it.
Somebody answered that guy's question and said, in the making.
I just love it because she just felt that, that's how it moved her. And I think that that's so special. And she's the hottest 35, 34, I can't remember how old you are, mom I've ever seen in my life. So, there's that. We love you. Okay. Who am I forgetting?
I was okay with being forgotten, to be honest. Anyways, so my biggest thing probably with the retreat was that I felt like for a while, I've kind of just been spinning my wheels, not really knowing where I was going in this business anymore, kind of questioning am I a one-hit wonder too? I think it was said that. And also just I kind of lost my why. I've had a lot of personal things happening. So I was kind of just going through the motions. I've done this for almost 3 years. So I was kind of just doing my routine, but not seeing any results. And I was
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? So I just went in to the retreat just with a totally open mind, and just was like, okay, you're here to just soak it all in, and you're going to leave and you're going to feel just so good. And I was trying to tell myself that. I didn't know if I was actually going to feel that way, but I was like, Saturday night we had that reverse gossip, and we had an award ceremony and everything like that. And I don't really get emotional. Like, I'm an emotional person, but I don't get emotional in front of like people. And I felt like I got so emotional, and it just hit home that I was like, I'm in the right spot. I'm with the right people, and they're so encouraging and kind, and everything about it. It just was truly unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I left, and I felt like this new like fire under me. I felt like my cup was totally full. I felt like I have like a million best friends now. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I literally feel like every single one of you I've known my entire life, and we're gonna be besties for the resties. And so yeah, I'm really like bad at talking in front of people. So I also said I'm gonna have more confidence, not talk bad about myself. So okay.
You're very, very
I did a great job.
You're incredible at speaking in front of people. Okay, so we have one more person. I don't think any of you guys are going to care that we're over the time, right? Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. Okay, so let me make you a co-host really quick. Okay, go girl.
Okay, I'm going to go to the other room real quick so I can say a few words. I don't want to keep y'all forever, but sorry. Long story short, while I was there, I got a call that my son actually had an accident in his bed, and now he has COVID, so keep a prayer for him. I do not have it. He got it at daycare. But going into this, I was like, I knew I was going to be open and bubbly, but I didn't know what to expect, and Alicia didn't. I mean, she told me a little, but she was just like, soak it all in. So I really unplugged and really soaked it all in. But honestly, everything that everyone's saying, guys, is so true. Like, when we were around the circle talking, I couldn't hold it together. As soon as it got to like, yeah, she's my upline, she's my best friend. But once it came to her, like, I was in tears. Everyone else that was talking about each other, we were just in tears. And I just remember telling her, like, you saved me. And it meant so much because I was such in a dark place that I didn't know I was. And she really saved me. And everyone there, like, I kind of walked in it, like, oh, what if these girls don't like me? Like, all the things. And, like, as soon as I saw everyone, like, we ran up to each other and hugged each other. Like, we've known each other for years. And, like, just know that, like I said, the community is so much more than the money. It'll always be so much more. So, like, if you're feeling, like I said, if you're feeling down.
Again, this recurring theme. In a dark place. These girls need friends. They need community. They need people to lift them up. They need hugs. These people need hugs.
In a dark place, always reach out to your upline or someone.
Don't reach out to your upline. Reach out to a friend who can give you a hug. Reach out to someone, a shoulder to lean on. Reach out to your therapist. Like, don't reach out to someone who is financially benefiting from you. That's not how that works. That's not going to benefit you in the long run at all.
Around the fire, I mean, it was so shocking to all of us because honestly, I thought we were going to read our own, and I was like, I don't want to read my own. And then it was just crazy that we read each other's, and they were literally, we read like the first 2 or 3. They were literally almost all the same, to be exact. And then just the reverse gossip was really hit home to me because you may think bad things about yourself, or maybe you don't think anyone notices you, but it was just so crazy to hear like everyone say something about you. Like, I can even say this, but anytime someone mentioned like being a mom or doing it for your kids, like immediately bawling. So whatever your why is, my biggest advice is just to always go back to your why and let that push you and put your head down and run. And that's what I've done from the beginning. I didn't care what anyone thought about me. what they cared about what I post. If someone told me no about host to post or anything in general, I didn't let that stop me. And like the award ceremony, that was a big shocker as well too, just to see everyone, one, getting awards, but being able to like make the memories and take the pictures and be like, these girls, like when I left, I'm the same way, like all these girls, some of them I've never even met. I'm just like, it's crazy to think that like we're going to be besties now. And I just honestly, like anyone that knows me, I didn't know if I was going to get to go to retreat just because of my situation with the kids, and leaving two under two at home was very difficult. Actually was only going to go for 2 days, and I actually got to stay the whole time. And thank God I did, because they told me like, you need to be there Saturday. And I just am so thankful. And don't ever count yourself out at the last minute, because you can literally earn it. And I hope to see all of y'all next year, because like I am looking forward to it every year. And I actually got my picture that I was talking about. I couldn't find mine the next morning. I had to leave early. So they brought it to me today, and I just cried. And ended up putting it all on top of our fireplace with like everything, and like took a picture. And it's just crazy to know that I've been in this almost a year next month. And to be able to see everything I've earned, like time is no limit, guys. I just have to tell y'all, like, don't like think of someone else and do comparison, because at the end of the day, like you can reach any goal that you want, whether it's the success bonus or anything, the diamond bonus. You just have to put your head down and run.
Amen, my friend. Okay, you said you had something to add super fast.
Okay, so when a person came to rescue us from the airport, he and I, some of the other girls, were just kind of talking about how, you know, it's not a luck thing that we went, because we worked our tails off to get there. And said something that I actually like had him repeat it and write it down in my phone. My cat's going crazy. But he said, luck is just when hard work and preparation meets opportunity. And it just like blew my mind, because since I've been back home, I've had so many people that are in this business be like, girl, you're so lucky that you got to go. You're so lucky. You're so lucky. Like, no, none of us got there because we were lucky. We got there because we were willing to do what nobody else was willing to do. We were willing to put in the time and the hours and the years that it took to make it. Here, I'll just say that quote one more time really quick. He said, luck is just when hard work and preparation meets opportunity. We were already doing the things. Whenever we shouted out that retreat was coming up, like most of us were already working. We were already being consistent. We were already showing up. And so that hard work and that preparation met the opportunity of being able to go to retreat. And that's why it worked out, not because we were lucky. So please don't tell any of us that we were lucky.
I love that. For president. I love it. But like I said, you guys, we will do a kickoff Zoom to go over everything so that you guys feel completely equipped. But tomorrow is the last day of the month, so I want y'all to dig your heels in, follow up with every single person. We will be having a price increase, but it's not really a price increase because our company is so amazing. They figured out a way to finesse it. But a follow-up you can all use is our prices are going up with inflation, with the way that things are. So if you want to go ahead and lock in the price that we have now, you need to sign up with me and use that all day tomorrow. My aha moment was Nikki. I shared it earlier.
Okay, so don't let her just get past that like she didn't say what she just said. She said, we will be having a price increase,
but our company has finessed it to where it won't really be like a price increase, because our company is so amazing that they've like made it to where it like won't be really like a price increase.
Oh, really? How have they done that? I'm interested to see how that's going to go. I've texted my people to see if they're going to get me like the inside scoop. So we'll see about that. I'll let you guys know. But she said to use it to their benefit by saying, if you want to lock in your price, you better sign up with me today before the price increases on September 1st. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of that posting today. I'm filming this on August 31st, so you won't see this video by the time that all happens. But anyways, that's what she's talking about there. Hopefully we get the inside scoop to that Zoom.
But yeah, so I love you guys. I hope that you feel like you were somewhat in the room with us and that you had an incredible, just like aha moment. I'm curious to know. I want you guys to go share in all of our chats what was your favorite thing that you took from this. But I miss you guys. I wish we could have a retreat every single month. Our next bucket list, surprise, we're getting a lake house. So that we can have retreats all the time because it'll be so much fun. So I love you guys. I hope you all have an incredible night, and I'll see you guys on our kickoff Zoom.
Okay, so that's going to wrap up the Zoom. My takeaways from it, I kind of went off track here, but my main takeaways from that is that these girls couldn't care less about It Works itself. These girls are in it for the friends. They need friends. They need a group of women who care about them. Most of them joined when they were in a dark place. And they need a group of women who are going to tell them nice things about themselves. And I just wish that we, as a community of anti-MLM people, could create a space that is more welcoming for people who are in MLMs and looking to leave MLMs. And right now, I don't feel like we're doing our best at that. That's my personal opinion. We could always do better. That's all I'm saying. Myself included. So if I'm not canceled by now, like this video if you wish. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell if you'd like to be notified every single time that I post. If you'd like to join my Facebook group called The Light at the End of the Pyramid, that's where we crash these Zooms, or these Zooms are posted, if you will. And that's also where Huns or ex-Huns can come for support, like I mentioned. And if you'd like to follow me on all social media platforms, you can find me at the Jessica Hickson. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset, man, you're looking good tonight.